Today I'm going to be covering the 7th chapter of the Oqtane module development series. And today we're going to be focusing on packaging and deployment. But before I dive in, I'd like to mention that if you want to join the community, go to www.oqtane.org. If you're interested in the code, go to github.com/octane/octane.framework. And if you're interested in the source code related to the sample module that I've been focusing on in these series of development tutorials, you can go to github.com/octane/dnf.projects. And with that, we'll get to the code. And so packaging deployment, we're going to first start with the sample project that was created by the module creator template. And we're going to, for the first time in this series of tutorials, we're going to look at the projects.package project. So if we open that, we'll see that there's a couple of command files that are part of this project and a new spec file. The first thing I'm going to cover is the debug command file. So when I build my solution in Visual Studio in debug mode, there is a post-compilation or post-build step that's been defined as part of this projects.package file. And it's been defined that it should execute this debug.command file. So let's take a look at what that file does. Basically what it does is it copies the various DLLs and symbol files from the bin folder of this particular project, and it copies them to my Oqtane.framework. So basically it automatically deploys my various assets from my module project to my Oqtane.framework project, so that when I run my Oqtane.framework project, it can find the assemblies and it can basically register and make them immediately available. So we can see that all of the different DLLs that are part of my project are copied, including my www root folder that is part of my server project, which contains any of my static assets, such as style sheets or JavaScript files. All of this command line, or command file commands have been templated or scaffolded for you. So you don't have to worry about figuring out the path structure of any of this if you use the module creator. It does it for you. All right, so what about the other files that are part of the package folder? Well, if I switch over to release mode, again, as part of my release configuration, there is a post-build step that's been defined. And that post-build step runs the release command file. So let's take a look at that file. Basically, what this file does is it runs nuget.exe and it packages my project. And how does it package it? Well, it packages it based on the new spec file, which is included as part of this project as well. And then it copies the NuGet package to a specific folder within my Oqtane framework installation. Puts it in the Oqtane server www root modules folder. By putting it in this location means when I run Oqtane, Oqtane will look in this folder for any NuGet packages that exist there. It'll open them and it will automatically install them. So this is important for doing testing of your module releases. So next, let's take a look at this new spec file. So the new spec file that's created, it includes a bunch of just sort of metadata related to your module project using the information that was provided to the module creator when it was created. Creates a lot of nodes in the NuGet format, but most importantly, it identifies all of the different files that are part of your module. So again, it's got your client DLLs, server DLLs, and shared DLLs. And again, all of the files in the www root folder as well. So all of those files are going to be packaged into the NuGet package so that everything that's required is there for the installation. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is if you're dealing with, or if you're using third-party assemblies as part of your project, the module creator is not going to know about them because you typically would add them afterwards using the NuGet package manager. So you are going to have to manually edit these command files. So again, if we go back to the debug command file, we can see that in this project, I'm using REST-sharp. So I have added this particular line. I've just copied the previous line, and I know the location where REST-sharp is located. So I take the REST-sharp DLL, and I copy the REST-sharp DLL to the Oqtane framework bin folder so that that dependency of my module is deployed along with my module. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to find the location of your DLLs. And there is a little trick I'm going to show you, because normally when you use NuGet Package Manager, it keeps the assemblies related to your NuGet packages in a bunch of shared folders, which are sometimes hard to navigate. So if I go into my server project, there's a node that's inside my property group here that I've added. Copy local lock file assemblies. Basically, what this means is when I compile my module, it's going to copy any of the assemblies that's part of NuGet packages into the bin folder of this particular project. So where the REST-sharp DLL would be stored in some separate folder location that isn't obvious to me, by adding this node, it's going to copy it to the bin folder under this project. And that makes it really easy then for my debug command file to be able to find it, because it's in a standard location along with my other project DLLs. Similarly, for release, if we look at the new spec file, I have added REST-sharp here as well. So it's picking it up from the bin location, and it's putting it into the NuGet package so that it is deployed along with my module. So, and I don't have to worry about it in the release command file because it's part of the new spec. So basically, by using the module creator, it creates these command files for you, including all the paths that are necessary, which makes it super easy that if I just go into, I'm in debug mode, and I do a build, I'm going to build my solution. We can see here that it's copying files automatically for me. So it copies them to Oqtane. And of course, once they're copied to Oqtane and Oqtane fires up, it recognizes them. And that's how you can have immediate access to your modules. And so that covers the sort of packaging and deployment aspects of module development in Oqtane. And that concludes our module development series. Thank you for watching.